Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradeToLife.com and welcome to this week's quote of the week video. And with that, let's just dive right into that and talk about this week's quote. So having discovered that everything is a state of consciousness made visible and having defined that particular state which we want to make visible, we must now set about the task of entering such a state, for we must move psychologically from where we are to where we desire to be. And this is one of the quotes that basically sums up and summarizes the thing that we're doing, right? It summarizes like the law of assumption, it summarizes manifesting, it summarizes how this whole thing works. And this is really, really simple. And it's not always easy, but it is actually like a simple process, a simple like ideology behind all of that. So Neville said, right? First discovery that we make when we learn about the law of assumption and we learn about consciousness and manifesting is that everything in our life is basically a state of consciousness made visible. Meaning, to just give you an example, let's say you shift into the state of being like a successful business owner, or like a happy mother, or an great boyfriend or girlfriend, right? All of that is like a state, or being like really financially well versed, or being healthy, right? Let's take this for an example because I not often take health for an example. Let's take health, right? If you are healthy, you view the world differently. You just know that I'm in a state of health, and therefore your circumstances, your body will externalize itself in form of health, and you won't experience like illnesses and stuff like that. So everything in your life is a state made visible through either your own body, your circumstances, your bank account, your relationships, the events you encounter, everything. Right? Every state must externalize itself. That is the law. That is how it works. So that is what we first of all have to accept, to know, to realize. And then obviously having defined that particular state which we want to make visible, we now set about the task to entering such a state. So before I go on, first of all, we always have to define, right? What do we want? That is always the first question, right? What do you want? You can ask this 100 times to yourself. What do I want? What do I really want? Like, what is it that right now I really want? What is my desire? What is my actually goal? This question actually will dissolve 90% of the questions you have, the doubts, the fears, the worries, and will get you clarity. So get clear on what it is that you want in your life right now, and don't like define it in any way. Don't try to then nitpick that or change it because you feel not worthy of that, or you feel that based on your present state you cannot have this. That is only because you view it from your present state, but from the overall picture where everything's already there, you can have what you want because it is already in existence. So define what you want, right? We defined that state which we want to express. The state of a successful business owner, the state of a person that is in a committed relationship. That is a state, right? That is something that you embody. And so then we enter this state. And how do we do that, right? That is basically the secret, meaning if you get how to shift from your present state into your desired state, and your desired states, because you will always have new goals and new desires, then like, what is there more that you want, right? That is basically the main thing that we have to learn in this game of life, how to shift from who we are right now and what we have right now to that which we want to have and who we want to be. And if you want to learn more about that, check out the free masterclass and also the second link for my coaching program in the video description. And so we must move psychologically from where we are right now to where we desire to be, right? Remember, this movement is not physical. So you don't move physically into another city or into another room or place, but this movement is psychologically, it is internal, right? We move from who we are right now, what we accept and assume and claim to be true right now, to this new state where we are already this new version. But there is this new paradigm, right? The like normal paradigm is that we become something, meaning right now we're here, and then we do this and we do that, and then we try this and that, and over the time we become this new version. However, that's when we dive into Neville's teachings, not actually true. Because what actually happens is that we realize that we are already that desired version. We already have our goal. We basically just reveal it, but it is already there. It is already true. It is already real. This state is already in existence. You can never like erase a state or create a new state. It is there. We choose it. We occupy it. We incarnate it, basically, this state of consciousness, this state of being, this internal state, right? This identity, this self-concept of us, this new one. But it is already there. So we don't become it. We shift into that. And then it looks like from like other people or stuff that we become it over time, but actually we are already it. And this is like the main thing that we do. So I have a video called The Art of Prayer, like how to really pray. This has nothing to do with begging or going on your knees or praying like you know it from movies and stuff. This is about realizing and recognizing yourself to already be that which you want to be, because you are it already. So this is basically what this quote tells us here, right? Your life reflects and expresses your state. I also have a video on that. Your life reflects and manifests your chosen state of consciousness. So if you want to learn more about that, check this one out. And then we define what we want to have, what we want to see, who we want to be, and then we identify this state, and then we shift into that state, right? We enter this state. So we move psychologically, meaning if you are right now in a state of, let's say you want to make more money. Let's say you want to double your income. Okay, you right now make 2K or 5K, doesn't matter, 10K, you want to double that. Then how would you view the world if you have right now doubled your income? And trust me, you would see it slightly differently. You would look at your bills maybe differently. You would look at maybe expensive things that you cannot afford right now. You would look at them a little bit differently because you make twice as much, meaning maybe right now you even can't afford them. So how would you view them? Doesn't mean, and this has nothing to do with acting as if. I also have a video called Acting as If It's Not Enough, because this is not what we do, but we view the world from this new state of already having that, which again happens naturally when you shift into that. This is not a like persistence, hard work, trying to convince your mind. You can actually not convince your mind, because your mind will only believe it when it is already there. Your mind needs proof. Your mind works and is attached to the senses. So don't try to convince your mind, right? This is not how this actually works. So again, learn more about this. Check out the free masterclass and also the second link in the video description. That's it for this week's quote, right? I went really like far into detail on all of that, but I want you to get this, guys. This is really important, and this is basically what happens when we manifest. Like we move into a new state internally, whether we do this consciously or unconsciously, and therefore we express our goals and the desires and everything that is connected to that state in our life. So thank you really much for watching, guys. I speak to you next week.